Hey everybody in Comp 1. So I wanted to go over your APA resources for the last paper that you'll be writing for the course. As you know, we don't have a final exam in this course. We do have a final paper, and then you have an option to revise one of your previous essays for a higher grade. That is optional, but we will have some time at the end of the semester to re-workshop those revision essays. So if you do decide to do that optional essay to replace a lower essay grade, you have that option out there for you. But I want to go over the 3 APA resources that I've provided you with for this last paper that we will be writing in APA format. Yay! The first one is one you're unfamiliar with that we haven't talked about before, and it's a classmate's paper. She really did a good job with APA. My standards for APA formatting are a little bit more relaxed, especially considering the environment that we're in, trying to learn this new formatting style online. But she's done a good job of adapting to it, and so I wanted to share that example with you. It is attached to the email that this link was sent in. So if you want to take a look at her paper really quickly with me, I just wanted to draw your attention to the running header, which includes her title and her page number, rather than her last name and her page number on the right-hand side, which is what you would normally see in MLA. Then she has her, on her topic page, or her title page, excuse me, she has her title, her name, her university, the date, information of that nature, all centered on the page. So that looks really nice in Times New Roman 12-point font, just like you would in MLA. Her second page is her abstract page. She's chosen to use her introduction paragraph as her abstract with some minor changes, and that's perfectly acceptable. Generally, the way we write essays, our introduction paragraph is essentially a summary of our essay, and it also states our main idea for the essay, which is our thesis statement. So that's a good general rule for an abstract, is that it should summarize your paper. So if your introduction does that relatively well and you'd like to kind of just rework it a little bit for the abstract, I'm okay with that. And then on page 3, she begins right away. Since she already had a title page, she doesn't need to put the title at the top of the third page where she begins the paper. She can just begin writing. So that's what she does. And then if we scroll all the way down past the body of the paper, although I urge you to look at the body of the paper as well, because she uses APA in-text citations, which generally include the name of the author and the year the title, or the year, excuse me, I'm sorry, year or title, what? The year that the article or source was written in parentheses. We're used to doing an in-text citation at the end of our source citation, or paraphrase or summary or quote in MLA. But in APA, we actually want to put the author's name in the text and then in parentheses the year that the article was written, and then we can go on to quote, paraphrase, or summarize that article. If you have a page number, that would go at the end of your citation. Or, excuse me, that would be cited. That would be your in-text citation. If you, at the end of the quote, summary, or paraphrase. If you don't have a page number, or if the article is only one page, you know, just like with a citation on a works cited page, you can leave that out. Speaking of works cited pages, in APA, it's called a references page. And that's really the only difference, is that at the top, it should say references instead of works cited. You generally cite your sources the same way, but you have tools, you know, through OWL Purdue to help you with that as well. And you also have some handouts. So that is a really good example of what your APA paper should look like, except like I said, on the last page, it should be called a references page instead of a works cited page like it would be in MLA. So if we go from that resource to the resources that I have on Blackboard for you, if you'll click on assignment descriptions, the link in the column on the left-hand side of your Blackboard course page, you will see at the very bottom of that page 2 resources, the differences between APA and MLA, and the 4 major elements of an APA paper. The 4 major elements of an APA paper breaks down that topic page and what it includes, the abstract and what it should be, and then in-text citations and things like that. It's, again, you know, interpret it as closely as you can, but I'm not going to be terribly strict with the formatting on this paper because it is, some of our first attempts at this. And then the secondary source, the other source that's there for you is a little chart that shows you what the MLA requirements are that you already know versus what the APA requirements are, and you'll see that most of them are very similar. So you're only changing things slightly. It's really not a big shift as far as the body of the paper is concerned, except how you cite your information in text. Really, the major differences are going to be the title page and the abstract page, and then calling your works cited page a references page instead. But if you have any questions about the intricacies of how this is done, and if we haven't talked about it or gone over a rough draft together yet, just send me an email or text me and we'll talk. Have a great day, guys.